It is just a short chapter, which focuses on the second language acquisition. And in this chapter, you will also learn some important key terms of second language, first language, auxiliary language, primary language, okay? And the process of acquiring the second language, the process of, acquiring first language, mother tongue, for example. And in these chapters, we also come up with 3 important questions. The 3 questions posted in this chapter 11 will be answered in chapter 12. And as I told you as well, I can teach the 2 chapter 11 and 12 at the same time, because chapter 11 is just a short one, and it contains 3 questions, and chapter 12 are just the answer to the 3 questions posted in chapter 11. But here I'm going to present the 2 chapters separately. So let's begin by looking at our chapter 11, second language, introducing second language. All right, so let's just have a look at this together. Introduction. When you were still a very young child, you begin acquiring at least one language, what linguists calls your L1. L1 here is, everyone, L1 is considered as first language, okay? L1 is considered as first language, or probably it is considered as a, mother tongue. Okay, it is true, since you all born here in Cambodia, when you reach the age of 6, I believe, the age of 6, your parents send you to school, right? At the age of 6, studying our mother tongue. Okay, so that is also the process of acquiring our first language. Okay, our first language, and that is called L1. Since that time, you may have acquired an additional language, and linguists call the additional language as your L2. L2 here is referred to second language. Okay. It is true in Cambodian context now, some parents, since the parents are rich, they may send their children to study 2 languages at the same time. Some may send their children to study 3 languages at the same time. But among the 3 languages, one is our L1, the second one, the third one, are considered as the additional language, and they are regarded as L2, or what we call second language. You get my point, right?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, so here we actually experience what L1 is. Okay, L1 is our first language, and what L2 is. L2 is referred to our second language. So here we pose the question, what is second language acquisition then, or what is SLA? All right, so you can have a look at the definition here. Second language acquisition, or SLA, refers both to the study of individuals and groups who are learning a language subsequent to learning their first one as young children, and to the process of learning that language itself. So second language acquisition refer to the process, okay? The process of acquiring an additional language. You got it? So you might ask the question, what is the first language? The first language is the one you learn as your mother tongue. Okay. The second language is the one you learn as an additional language to your first language. So the second language acquisition, as I mentioned, refer to learning a language subsequent or learning an extra language subsequent to learning their first language, and also to the process of learning that language. The process here refers to how we all acquire the second language, how we all learn the second language. You get it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's
Yes.
move. So you will also experience when you start learning an additional language or second language, the second language may become the target language, okay, or TLC. The target language here is an additional language which refers to any language that is the aim or the goals of learning. Okay, just like here, some people, they have acquired their first mother tongues already, first language already, Khmer language. And because they have their own specific goal, they have their own specific aim, they start learning a second language. And because they learn the second language for their own goal, for their own purpose, the goal or the aim of learning a second language, that language is now considered as their target language or TLC. Okay, the reason why they consider it as the TLC or target language, because they want to be able to survive in the community where that target language is spoken. For example, if you plan to live in America or you plan to live in England, so you start learning English language, okay? Probably it is considered as your additional language, second language, but since you have the plan, stating the specific reasons why you learn the second language is considered as the target language, okay? You want to be able to survive in the community where that language is spoken. So to help you to survive in England, you need target language. To survive to help you survive in a community where that language is spoken, okay? So that is called target language. In acquiring, your first language, second language, you may do so through two processes, and what we call informal L2 learning, and the second one is considered as formal L2 learning. Okay, you get it, everyone? When you learn second language, you learn a foreign language or a second language, you may learn through, okay, through two ways. One is informal L2 learning, and the second one is formal L2 learning. So what is informal L2 learning? The scope of LSA includes informal L2 learning that take place in naturalistic contexts. Okay, in that case, you learn the language somewhere outside of the classroom. You don't go to the classroom, and this is considered as informal L2 learning. Just like those people who know how to speak English, those people who are selling souvenir in Siem Reap province, they never go to English class, but they, naturally learn the language, learn the English language outside of classroom, and they can now use the language to speak and to communicate with foreign people as well. So that scope of SLA is considered as informal L2 learning. For those who go to classroom, like everyone here in our classroom, you start learning a second language. You start learning a second language by going to classroom, okay? This take place in classroom, and L2 learning that involves a mixture of this setting and circumstances. And this is called formal L2 learning. Okay, so the second language acquisition may happen in two ways. one in naturalistic context, and another one is in the area inside our classroom. You get my point, everyone?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. The next one here, we will actually state the specific, processes, why, okay, or why, how the second language is acquired, okay? In trying to understand the process of second language acquisition, we are seeking to answer three basic questions. Okay, if you look at these three questions, everyone, you will not know the answer to the three questions here yet. The answer of the three questions are in chapter 12, okay? So when you all come to study the second language, everyone, okay, need to know what exactly, okay, what exactly does the L2 learner come to know? The second one, how does the learner acquire this knowledge? And the last one, why are some learners more successful than others? You see, it is true. Um, if you work as a teacher, you also need to know the answer to these three questions as well, to help you, teach your student effectively. So when you learn a second language, you also need to ask yourself these three questions as well in order to become a competent language user. Again, I just want to repeat the question. One, what exactly does the L2 learner come to know? Okay, when you start learning a second language, what exactly do you need to know? The second one, you know what to learn. Okay, you know what to learn, but how? Okay, you know what to learn already. You need to learn this, you need to learn that, for example. But how do you need to learn that? And how do you need to learn this? How? Okay, even some know what to learn and they know how to learn it already, but some are not successful. Some are successful and some learners are not successful. So these are the three questions we need to answer in our chapter 12. Okay, we in our Roman number 1, we were looking at what the second language acquisition. And in this Roman number 2 here, we define the term, the different terminology used in second language acquisition, which include the second language, foreign language, auxiliary language. So these are the key terms, okay? The key terms you need to know relating to second language. So the first one is, what is a second language? A second language is typically an official or societally dominant language needed for education, employment, and other basic purposes. Okay, if you just look at the definition here, everyone will immediately know how to actually define second language. Second language in Cambodia now, people learn it, people learn it for education because they just want to further the education. They learn it because they just want to have a better job. Probably they learn it for other basic purposes. Okay, that's how we define second language. You get it, everyone? Why I cannot hide?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. The second one, you will also need to see the difference between second language and a foreign language. Okay. A foreign language has no immediate or necessary practical application, might be used later for travel or be required for school. Remember, everyone, English is not a second language in our country. English is not a second language in Cambodia. Okay, English is just a foreign language in Cambodia. English is a second language in countries like Singapore. It a second language in a country like Philippines. Okay, they study English since they were very young. So English is a second language in Philippines, in Singapore, but it is not a second language in Cambodia. In Cambodia, English is considered as a foreign language. Okay, so the reason why you learn English, yeah, as mentioned, it has no immediate or necessary practical application, but might be used later for travel or be required for school. Another one is a library language. Okay, you can also, consider the second language sometime as a library language. Library language is the one which functions primarily as a tool for further learning through reading, especially when books or journals in desired field of study are not commonly published in the learner's native tongue. Okay, if you study, yeah, for sure, we Cambodian people, we study Khmer language. It is our first language. Um, but we also need the second language. We need an additional language or what we call L2. But L2 may be called differently depending on the needs of the individual learners. If you learn it for your own specific aim or specific goal, it is considered as target language. Okay. If it is learned for example, like if you study to become a doctor, in order to be able to understand more about science, about chemistry, okay, about medical science, you need to study English language or you need to study French language, because many of good books, okay, many of good books on biography, on medical science are usually published in French language or in English. So you need English to read books. You need French language to read medical textbook. Those languages are considered as library language. Okay, everyone? You get it? ឧទាហរណ៍ថាបងអូនរៀនមុខវិជ្ជាមួយអញ្ចឹងណាហើយមុខវិជ្ជាហ្នឹងដើម្បីឲ្យយើងយល់ស្វែងយល់មុខវិជ្ជាហ្នឹងឲ្យកាន់តែច្បាស់កាន់តែច្រើនគឺយើងត្រូវតែអានសភៅណាយើងត្រូវតែទៅបណ្ណាល័យអានសភៅប៉ុន្តែដោយសារតែមុខវិជ្ជាហ្នឹងមិនសូវជាមានសៀវភៅបោះពុម្ពជាភាសាខ្មែរទេយើងមិនអាចទៅអានតែភាសាខ្មែរហ្នឹងកើតទេព្រោះសភៅគោលឬក៏សភៅដែលតាក់ទងនឹងមុខវិជ្ជាហ្នឹងវាអត់មានបោះពុម្ពជាភាសាខ្មែរអញ្ចឹងយើងត្រូវតែត្រូវការភាសាមួយទៀតដូចជាឧទាហរណ៍ថារៀនពេទ្យអញ្ចឹងទៅឯកសារល្អច្រើនសភៅល្អភាគច្រើនគឺបោះពុម្ពជាភាសាបារាំងអញ្ចឹងយើងត្រូវតែរៀនភាសាបារាំងហ្នឹងដើម្បីយកមកអានហើយឲ្យយល់នៅអត្ថន័យរបស់ខ្លឹមសារសភៅហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងអាហ្នឹងគេហៅថា library language តើណា
Dạ thưa cháu.
Okay. Another one is an auxiliary language. An auxiliary language is the one which learners need to know for some official functions in their immediate political setting or will need for purposes of wider communication, although their first language serves most other needs in their lives already. ចឹងភាសាអង់គ្លេសក៏អាចคล้ายទៅជា auxiliary language ដែរនៅក្នុងភាសាខ្មែរយើងដឹងហើយយើងភាសាខ្មែរយើងមានតួនាទីសំខាន់ណានៅក្នុងការប្រើប្រាស្រ័យតាក់ទងគ្នាអញ្ចឹងណាប៉ុន្តែពេលខ្លះអ្នកធ្វើការនៅរាជការមួយចំនួនក៏គាត់មិនត្រូវតែប្រើតែភាសាខ្មែរតែមួយមុខទេគាត់ត្រូវការប្រើប្រាស់ភាសានៅក្នុងបរិបទសេដ្ឋកិច្ចនៅក្នុងបរិបទនយោបាយនៅក្នុងបរិបទច្បាប់ហើយណាដើម្បីឲ្យមានការទំនាក់ទំនងទូលំទូលាយបន្ថែមទៀតនោះគឺយើងគាត់គឺត្រូវតែរៀនភាសាមួយទៀតហើយតែភាសាណាដែលគេយកវាមកប្រើប្រាស់ ប្រស្រ័យតាក់ទងគ្នាជាចាំបាច់នៅក្នុងភាសាការទូតភាសានយោបាយភាសាច្បាប់អីហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងគេឲ្យឈ្មោះវាថាជា auxiliary language okay here as you can see an auxiliary language is one which learners need to know for some for some official functions នេះ official function មានន័យថាសម្រាប់ទូនាទីឬក៏ការងារផ្លូវការមួយចំនួនដូចជានៅក្នុងច្បាប់នៅក្នុងសេដ្ឋកិច្ចនៅក្នុងនយោបាយឬមួយក៏ប្រើវាដើម្បីឲ្យមានការទំនាក់ទំនងនេះវាកាន់តែទូលំទូលាយបើទោះបីជាយើងអាចប្រើភាសាខ្មែរហ្នឹងក៏ដោយណាបាទ Other restricted or highly specialized functions for second languages are designated language for specific purposes. Okay, you learned this already in our previous chapter, English for specific purpose. You may have English for occupational purposes, English for academic purposes, English for science and technology. Okay. Okay, the last one here, which is on Roman number 3. What is a first language? A first language, okay? The first language can also be considered as native language, primary language, or mother tongue. Okay? Chẳng dừng đó nè, first language ហ្នឹងគឺជាអីគេភាសាដំបូងរបស់យើងហ្នឹងណា There is also sometimes a need to distinguish among the concept first language, native language, primary language, and mother tongue. So first language is a language that is acquired during childhood. Chẳng first language ហ្នឹងគឺជាភាសាដែលយើងរៀនដំបូងកាលពីនៅតូចទេបងណាអាហ្នឹងគេហៅថា first language ហើយប៉ុន្តែ first language ក៏មិនប្រកាសថាជា native language របស់យើងដែរយល់ទេភាសាទី1និងភាសាកំណើតខុសគ្នាបងណាពួកយើង
teacher ខុសគ្នាបែបនេះ
ភាសាកំណើតមានន័យថាយើងកើតមកតាំងពីម្ដាយរបស់យើងឧទាហរណ៍ម្ដាយយើងគាត់ជាជនជាតិខ្មែរគាត់កើតមករៀនភាសារៀននិយាយភាសាខ្មែរហ្នឹងជាមួយម្ដាយគាត់ទៅរៀននៅសាលាក៏ភាសាខ្មែរមិនចឹងអាហ្នឹងគេហៅថា native language ហើយអញ្ចឹង
Yeah, teacher.
first language អាចមិនមែនជា native ទេដូចជាខ្ញុំជាជនជាតិខ្មែរខ្ញុំកើតកូនមកហើយកូនខ្ញុំឲ្យកូនខ្ញុំជាកូនខ្មែរកើតនៅអាមេរិកអញ្ចឹងឧទាហរណ៍ណាអញ្ចឹងភាសាកំណើតគឺភាសាខ្មែរប៉ុន្តែភាសាទី1របស់គាត់ព្រោះគាត់នៅអាមេរិកគាត់ត្រូវរៀនភាសាអង់គ្លេសមិនអញ្ចឹងអាហ្នឹងគឺគេអាចចាត់ទុកថាជា first language ហើយតើណាប៉ុន្តែ mother tongue ឬមួយក៏ native language ហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងគឺខ្មែរយល់គ្រូនិយាយអត់
Yeah, teacher.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay អញ្ចឹងយើងមើលនេះគេថាfirst language is a language that is acquired during childhood native language សំដៅទៅលើ mother tongue ឃើញអត់នេះភាសាដើមកំណើតណាហើយ primary language នេះគឺសំដៅទៅលើ official language primary language ក៏អាចខ្លាយអាចជានេះដែរ primary language ដូចជាខ្មែរយើងអាចចាត់ទុកថាវាជា primary language យើងអាចចាត់ទុកជា mother tongue យើងអាចចាត់ទុកទៅជា native language ព្រោះហងៃនៅស្រុកខ្មែរយើងភាសាផ្លូវការដែលយើងប្រើគឺភាសាខ្មែរមិនអញ្ចឹងហ៎ Yeah
Yeah.
Okay so the process of acquiring second language here let's see acquisition of more than one language during early childhood is called simultaneous multilingualism to be distinguished from sequential multilingualism or learning additional languages after L1 has already been established. ចឹងក៏គ្រូចង់បញ្ជាក់កន្លែងនេះបន្តិចណានៅស្រុកខ្មែរយើងភាគច្រើន ឪពុកម្ដាយភាគច្រើនគឺគាត់បញ្ជូនកូនទៅរៀនណាគាត់ទៅឲ្យកូនគាត់រៀនហ្នឹងជួនកាលរៀន3សាលា3ភាសាក្នុងពេលតែមួយប៉ុណ្ណា3ភាសាក្នុងពេលតែមួយហ្នឹងមានដូចជាចិនមានដូចជាsorry មានដូចជាខ្មែរមានចិនមានអង់គ្លេសពេលដែលគាត់ចូលសាលារៀន3ភាសាពេលតែមួយហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងពាក្យហ្នឹងគេប្រើពាក្យថា simultaneous multilingualism ប៉ុន្តែដូចខ្ញុំខុសពីគេខ្ញុំឲ្យកូនខ្ញុំរៀនភាសាអង់គ្លេសនៅពេលដែលគាត់ចេះខ្មែរមានន័យថាខ្ញុំកំណត់ឲ្យកូនខ្ញុំរៀនភាសាខ្មែរហ្នឹងឲ្យបានថ្នាក់ទី6សិនឲ្យគាត់យល់ច្បាស់អំពីភាសាខ្មែររៀនយល់ស្វែងយល់អំពីភាសាខ្មែរហើយបានខ្ញុំឲ្យគាត់រៀនភាសាអង់គ្លេសអញ្ចឹងកូនខ្ញុំគាត់ទៅតែរៀនភាសាអង់គ្លេសនៅថ្នាក់ទី6នេះទេអញ្ចឹងនៅពេលដែលយើងឲ្យគាត់រៀនភាសាយើងច្បាស់លាស់ហើយបានបន្តឲ្យគាត់រៀនភាសាបន្ថែមមួយទៀតហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងគេប្រើពាក្យថា sequential multilingualism យល់ទេបងយល់ទេ
Yeah, teacher.
អូខេអញ្ចឹង
Yes, sir.
យើងមើលណាខ្ញុំចង់គាត់ធ្វើការវែកញែកអញ្ចេះទេបើសិនជាយើងបញ្ជូនកូនយើងទៅរៀន2 3ភាសា4ភាសា5ភាសានៅពេលតែមួយនោះអាហ្នឹងគេហៅថា simultaneous multilingualism តែបើសិនជាយើងគិតថាអត់ទេឲ្យគាត់រៀនខ្មែរចេះសិនចាំឲ្យរៀនភាសាដទៃទៀតអាហ្នឹងគេហៅថា sequential multilingualism okay so multilingualism is used here includes bilingualism simultaneous multilingualism results in more than one native language for an individual, though it is undoubtedly much less common than sequential multilingualism. Okay. This is also one of the article, one of the exercise for us as well. I just want you to have a quick look at this one. You can just do it on your own, okay? អញ្ចឹងយើងមានសំណួរធ្វើលំហាត់លេងតិចដែរឲ្យយើងរំលឹកឡើងវិញថាដូចម្ដេចថា target language second language first language foreign language អីយើងធ្វើការផ្គូផ្គងហ្នឹងតិចណាហើយ the underlying knowledge of language is called the actual production of language is called ហ្នឹងទៅអញ្ចឹងយើងនាំមើលអាហ្នឹងខ្លួនឯងទៅហើយយើងបញ្ចប់ប៉ុណ្ណេះណាslide យើងខ្លីទេបើមេរៀនទី11នេះគឺខ្លីបាទអញ្ចឹងពួកយើងមានសំណួរអីអាចសួរគ្រូបានបើអត់ទេគឺគ្រូនឹងបញ្ចប់ប៉ុណ្ណេះហើយចាំ session ក្រោយចាំយើងចូលទៅមេរៀនទី12ដែលជាមេរៀនចុងក្រោយយើងត្រូវការតែ3 session អីទៀតទេគឺចប់ហើយណាបាទអញ្ចឹងមានសំណួរអាចសួរបានណាខ្ញុំអាចនឹងបង្រៀនមេរៀនទី12នឹង3 session បាទសំណួរទី1ខ្ញុំបរៀនមួយ session សំណួរទី2ខ្ញុំបរៀនមួយ session សំណួរទី3មួយ session ទៀតព្រោះនៅក្នុងមេរៀនទី12ហ្នឹងវាគ្រាន់តែជាចម្លើយទៅនឹងសំណួរដែលគេបានសួរនៅក្នុងមេរៀនទី11តែប៉ុណ្្នឹងឯងតោះណា
Yeah, teacher.
អូខេតា
Teacher, I have no question, but could you please send
Okay
after
again
12? I have no question, but could you send slide chapter 12 in the group, teacher? Slide.
you have a question or not
Have no question, but could
oh
you
okay
send?
you want slide number 12 all right
Yes, teacher.
okay yeah I will send after this okay if you don't have any other question we will end our class here okay
Yeah, teacher.
bye bye see you next meeting
Goodbye, teacher.